Good morning, good morning. Do a little quick live here this morning, Mug Club. Keep getting surprises many times I say it, people still don't understand it, but this is old style mug. The new ones say good times is a state of mind. I keep the old style for me here on the boat. But the Mug Club is something I'll be doing for people who purchase a mug. They'll get extra content. It's done in the mornings. Just some people say not too much extra content, but the vast majority says please keep doing it. So just kind of let you know what it is. If you're welcome to go michaeljsteen.com and purchase one, and then when this is no longer free, you'll have it every morning. Good morning, guys. Morning from Texas, Hillsborough County. What's up? Is it Corey? Give you a real quick. I'm setting on good times boat. The water's here. Right on background. The bridge is right there. That's the Highway 27 bridge overpass right there. All right. So if you've been down Highway 27, a little bit of sawing in the background. You've gone over that bridge here on the Caloosahatchee. That's it. Good morning from Michigan, Pennsylvania. Randolph, Glenn, Eric. Morning from Wisconsin, Central Illinois. Still all cool places, I'm sure. It's a little cooler this morning. I'm still in shorts, but we had a little cold front push through last night, or yesterday, I should say. And I put up on michaeljsteen.com. You go look under the tab on my website, the Great Loop. You'll see two pictures. One is our intended path, kind of shows it follows the Great Loop. And all I did is I just drew a line on where the map of the Great Loop has its line, trying to show you what our intended path is. Now that could change, but if you want to I get a lot of questions about what is our intended path, and that is it. And there's also one, same map, but with projected times or months. And you can go over there and take a look, and it'll show you where we think we'll be at those projected times. But obviously the best way is these right here and following along. But I know some people are trying to determine like where we're going to be. They want to do meetups, and that's awesome. So we'll try to give you as much information as we can. So today, Kontiki, we're going to get ready to switch out the harmonic balancer. I don't think we talked about it too much, but the harmonic balancer was bad. Of course, we didn't know. Could have been bad before, and we didn't know it. But we took it off, went off, put it back on. I did it last time, no problems. And I reached out to a couple of mechanic friends, and they say, yeah, they go bad. Not real often, but whatever. So it's an easy fix. Shouldn't take us more than a couple hours. The worst thing is we got to cut a little hole in the bulkhead between the bathroom or head engine compartment. Not very big. And then spin that off. Got to use a special tool to pull it out, and then get the new one on. Matter of fact, it should be here at it's 8 o'clock, so it should be up here at Napa now. And we're gonna run up here. Marty's walking the dogs, and we're gonna run up and grab it. Jump on that real quick. Again, I'm just checking the weather a little while ago. It does look nice for a Saturday morning crossing. So probably tomorrow evening we'll go through the locks and move down to Clewiston and be right there, because it's nice and cool. I don't think we'll have to stay in the marina because it's nice and cool now. And then we'll cross Saturday morning. Now it does look like around noon a storm comes in, but we should be well across the lake and back into a river like this. Except on the other side, that's called the St. Lucie River. If you look on the map, look at Lake Okeechobee. The other side is the St. Lucie River. We'll probably, just depends on time. When the storm comes in, it's narrow like this. You just drop the anchor and you don't have nothing to worry about, because you won't have excuse me, bugs flying around. You can just drop the anchor in a river like this, especially when you have storms, because you don't have boats moving very much at that point. So that'll be pretty cool. Let's see. So that's pretty much it. We're gonna get going on this deal, and let's see. Y'all have any major questions I can answer real quick, and then I'll wrap this out. Smells like spring in PA, Randolph says. Well, that's good. I'm glad it's starting to warm up a little bit. It's definitely spring here. The blossoms, everything is blossoming. I never have a problem with it, but the pollen for a lot of people is starting to kick their butts, and obviously that's the dead sign. Although here we have this front in North Florida, it's I think they said in the 40s. I mean, I know that ain't major cold for y'all, but cool enough. So yeah. Hey, from Maryland, good morning, Bailey. Hey, Mike, Chris, good morning, sir. Good morning, Night. Good luck to you and guys. Keep up the good work, learning as you go and doing great. Thank you so much, Jay Hen. Balancers are cheap, always nice when they operate smooth. Anyway, boss, no biggie. Yes, sir. AO 1968, that is correct. There, I think it was only $60 or something like that, and we did see some cheaper ones, which I never really like to go with the cheapest one. Sometimes there's a reason. It's a pretty simple thing though. I mean, the way it's made, so it shouldn't really matter. Hey, what's happening, Mike from Memphis, Tennessee? We got to get a brewski on the Bill Street. Safe travels. Yes, sir. That sounds good when we work up that way. I'm definitely turning going up Tennessee River. Talked a little bit about it yesterday. Mystic, Connecticut. So is that, let's see, Tony, forgive me on my knowledge there, but it in Connecticut, east of New York. So FYI, just so you know, when we work up that way, we're gonna be going straight up. We'll be going straight up the river when we come into New York, so you may have to come over, but yep. Mike says hit that like button, guys. I appreciate that. Y'all do such a good job of reminding me, and I forget that, and it's kind of important in the algorithm. So anybody hitting that like button, I appreciate it. That's a good question. AO 1968, same one for clockwise or counterclockwise rotating motors. I think it's the same one. I didn't read anything about it. I couldn't imagine that there's anything different. I just can't imagine. So, good point though. I will ask. Isn't there a break-in period on the motors? Yes. And the only thing, Aaron asked that, obviously this has been an easy ride, and if you remember, we only run up to 1,500 to 2,000 RPMs. We don't do much more than that. So, matter of fact, a lot of people suggest, that you run it at a higher speed for a determined amount of time, but we're just not going to do that. That's not the way we run it. I don't think it's a big problem. It's the same thing I did with Good Times when I put her motors in there from the same builder and all that. So we won't be running them hard. So I think we'll be okay. I know there's some issues. Some people talk about running at the same, not running at the exact same RPMs. So and that's correct. And we'll be adjusting that. So yes, but our break-in periods should be easy crossing the river. Brandon says great content. Morning from Georgia. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate that. Love y'all's feedback. What is the best joke? Okay, I'm gonna come back to that. I will tell you a story. Where can you buy a mug? Corey asked on michaeljsteen.com. Click on the ship store and it'll take you to my store, and there's a mug on there just like that. I got newer ones though. This is glad you said that. It's so nice to drinking in with backgrounds like this. And when you purchase one of these guys, you'll see more and more of this on my videos. Now that I'll have a chance to turn some out. Send me a picture of your background wherever you are holding the mug. I'd love to include that on some of the videos. That'll be cool. All right, let's see. Steven said, great lives, Mike. Keep up the good work. We will, buddy. Thank you so much. MK, it's kind of hard to read on this one. Looks like much better wind forecast today. Yes, sir. And as you can see, it's laid down pretty calm back there. Hope for an easy crossing. Thank you very much. I'll get to this story right quick. It's kind of a story joke. I was going to tell it on the video, but I got to back it up a little bit to tell you if that says anything. Don't mind my wires hanging there. I'm hooking up with lights up here from my solar and stuff. So in a video, let's see, in 2019, I went down to the Florida Keys, and I was down there for a month. I rent a marina when I go, just stay a whole month. It's kind of like a vacation. And there was a storm coming, and I had to come back. And I had people lined up to ride back, but because the storm moved me up, they couldn't go at the time. So I left out. And if you look on the map, when you leave and head out from the Keys, you go up across to Florida Bay, and then you got to go up the west coast of Florida in a place called 10,000 Islands, and there's nothing but islands. I mean, there's absolutely no cell phone, no radio contact. It's very, very limited. It's old Florida. It's beautiful. And then you get up a little bit further, and just before Marco Island, and there's a cape there that you got to go out, Cape Romano, where you got to go out and about 12 miles, it depends, and then turn and come back in. And the reason, because it shoals out, and if you look on a map, you'll clearly see it. So long story short, I left out in the morning. There's a lot more to the story, but it would take forever to tell it, so I'm gonna tell you this part. I start heading out in the morning, and this never happened before, but when I'm heading out, it just happens whenever you're by yourself. Something didn't feel right, and I went down below, and the port transmission had dang near run out of fluid. It was running hot, and I stopped real quick, and then I dealt with that. And I have fluids. I always have lots of extra fluids on board, and I stopped and dealt with that. And then so when I come back up, I was heading slow going out and getting out to making that turn, and I'm left the hatch open so I could look down in there from driving. Didn't have any more problems with that, but when I got out there to the end and I turned to head back in towards Marco Island, I seen that cloud. There was a cloud coming, and the way that the storms work in Florida is the sea breeze is pushing in, and the heating from the land, let's say this is the land, as the storms comes across the state, the heating from the lands blows the storms up or creates a storm. And the sea breeze, it usually holds it so it creates right at the shoreline. This is a very dangerous thing in Florida. Excuse me. If you boat down here, you have to be aware of it. A lot of people are. So anyways, this storm blows up, and I look on my phone, it's purple. It's like the worst storm I've ever seen. And it's right between me and where I'm going, Marco Island. Now, good times don't run real hard, so there's no getting up, like running around it or whatever. So I'm pretty much praying, hopefully I'll make it through it, before it hits and I get to Marco Island. Now, since the shoal was over there, and it's underwater, you can't see it, but at least I know there's a shoal to my south. And I'd already had in my mind, if it turns real south, I'll turn and run into that and beach the boat, and at least, won't sink the boat, completely sink the boat and drown. Oh, a little sailboat going by. Oh, they were on the dock yesterday. They're heading west. All right, so back to my story. So it becomes imminent that I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to get back to land before the storm hits me. And I didn't have the total surround. Of course, I had the top, but I didn't have the vinyl all the way around, isinglass. And I secured up things as well as I could. And I had up there glasses, and I have a hat that's hanging in there. And when that storm hit, I'm telling you, it was no doubt the worst thing I've ever been in. And it's scary whenever you're heading into shore and this is between you and land, and you're looking at it. It's as bad as you've ever seen. And so when it starts coming, it's a whiteout is what normally happens. And within a minute, I'm into the whiteout, and then the winds are there, and then the winds are increasing, and it is very, very scary. So good times is starting, and the waves are building. Now, fortunately, I was only 3 miles out whenever it hit, and it's probably blowing 20 to 30 miles an hour, and probably 3 or 4 minutes into it, luckily I had that hat with my glasses that I could pull down, because when what I think is, and I'll explain it, and you can have your opinion about it, but the winds go from 20, 30 miles an hour to about like 60. It is totally sideways, and it does it just like that. And it's just blasting me from the front. It was all I could do to see. I mean, even to the end of the boat. And by then, now we're taking the waves, and now I'm starting to dip every time I hit a front, the waves. The waves are probably 6 to 8 foot at this time, but the problem was the intervals were so close that good times can't get up the next side, get up the next wave before there's another one. And I'm starting to dig in, and that wind is blowing like 60 mile an hour, and as fast as it hits me, it's blowing from behind me. Like the wind is literally blowing from behind me now. And the waves went from a white, because everything is white capping, to this weird, eerie gray. Everything turns gray because it went the opposite direction. And I gotta finish up here. My feed's about to die. So guys, I was praying, and y'all heard the song "Jesus Take the Wheel." I just threw my hands up in the air, and I hollered, "Jesus, take the wheel!" And about time that happened, I feel something pop me on the back of the neck, and it was, and the voice come over and said, "Boy, I sent you to captain school. Did they teach you anywhere to throw your hands up? Grab that wheel. Take control of this boat." Now, I kid. That part about me throwing my hands up was the only part of that that was not real. But most scary experience I ever had in my life. And if this dies, y'all, I'll see y'all soon. Was no doubt the most scariest captain experience I ever had in my life. Everybody wants to be a captain until it's time to do captain, you know what, and that's a scary time. But good times made it. We made it through. It was a scary experience. And with that, I'll talk to y'all soon. I'm just about to stop here. It's about to die. Matter of fact, I can't even see it. Y'all have a good day.
is that $100 bill you gave me yesterday, and the other is my credit card. Tearing shit apart. I don't know where it's at. Fell out of my pocket yesterday,
You gave me the $100 bill back.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I did. I got my wallet there. Unless it was
I remember you.
remember I gave you the card?
Uh huh. Hang on just a second. Let me.